Yo, what's good? We are back with another video, another case study. If you guys haven't already seen him, it's Ritvix, bro. He's been in my other case studies. But in this one, bro, obviously you can tell we're IRL, in real life. And in this one, we're gonna give a full breakdown because also he recently just hit a new fucking high month of, it was 70,000, right?
Yeah, 70K.
70K in a single month. So we're gonna give a whole rundown, not just about this month, but about his whole entire journey, how he's doing this consistent, everything step by step. So for the guys who don't already know you, the guys who might have not seen you, go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, how old you are, and what you were doing before dropshipping.
Alright, so I'm 18, I'm from Toronto, Canada, and yeah, I started dropshipping like a few months ago, like 7-8 months ago. And you know, before like all this dropshipping shit, like back when it fully all started, I was like, you know, just usual shit. I was just a school kid, you know, studying, trying to get my grades up, you know, get into a good school and then go to university. But it was always like limited. Like when I was doing that shit, it's like, yeah, I wanted to do this, but did I really want to do it for me, you know? Like I was doing it because my whole life I was told to go to school, get a degree, work a job, and then that's like the path you're supposed to take, you know? That's what I was pushed along my whole life. But you know, one day you just see like other people living this life you want, and then I just like woke up and like I think it was like my grade 10 year where I was just like, let me try some new shit. So I started like my own like tutoring business where on Discord I had my own like server and
On
shit.
Discord, yeah, you're already a business guy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I had like my own server. I had like 50 people, and they would just weekly text me. They're like, "Yo, do my work." I would chat GPT it, and like they would just pay me like $20 here and there. And then like just seeing that, that's like when I knew like, okay, yo, like if this is making me more than me working a job, then it's like this has more potential than, you know, a lot of other things. And obviously like back then it was like, yo, $20 being made online, like that's a lot, you know? For a regular kid, being able to make that much money online is a lot. So back then, you know, that's all I needed. But you know, people get like complacent and shit. Like I was so comfortable with that money I had. Like I had a few grand to my name. I was so comfortable. I thought I was him, you know?
But what even made you though? Like what even made you wanna even make money? What was your motivation to make money in the first place?
Okay, yeah, so a lot of people don't know this, but yo, my parents legit came from like India. They came to Canada with nothing, yo. They used to live in like, yo, if you know, Jane and Finch, bro, like they had nothing, yo. They would be like working all day, a bunch of jobs, you know, nonstop. And then just seeing that, it's like that alone motivated me so much to just get out this cycle of, you know, working a job and then, you know, dying and shit. Like I wanted to do more. I wanted to provide for my family because, yo, as a son, as a man, your job is to, you know, provide for the people around you, the ones who care for you, love for you, take care of you. So I knew I had to do some shit to just help out my family. So that's like the main factor that like kept pushing me with like consistency. And let's say like 1 month I didn't end up making money, it's like, yo, that's all I need to think about. And then boom, back into like the locked in state.
So like what was all the business models you fully tried before you even tried dropshipping? And then also before that, like what business models did you even look into, you know?
Okay, so I've done like reselling, you know, I think almost every entrepreneur has done reselling.
Nice.
And the thing with reselling is it's like good money, you know, you get to just sell shit, people come to your house or you go to their house and you make a quick little profit here and there. But that again is very limited. You can't make a lot of money off that. So I like once I did reselling, I made a couple hundred, you know, a couple grand, and then I switched on to the next thing, which was that online tutoring business I had. And then again, like I said before, that too is very limited because, you know, you're still like working for others. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you're not your own boss. You're still having to take time out of your day to put in effort for someone else. And then, yeah, you're still limited. And then that's basically all I did online. And then shit I actually looked into was like, I low-key looked into hella stuff. Like, yo, I think like a lot of people have done this, but day trading, looked into that. But again, with day trading, I know it's not gambling because yo, nothing in this world is gambling in my sense. Like,
But you don't think it's a little more riskier than the other ones?
It's risky, but yo, if you put in the time and effort into it, it takes skill. You know, like there's people there's that 1% of people who are making it work, and that's because they put in the time and effort. But in a sense, I feel like you do need a lot of more capital to make it work, and that's the only way it would really work in my opinion.
So is that why you didn't go into day trading, because of like the amount of capital you
Yeah,
need?
like yo, when I started like online money, like seriously, where it's like yo, I gotta go all in on this. I had $40 to my account, and almost any business model you do, you can't do with $40. You need more money. So I also tried paid ads, and with paid ads, yo, I was like, yo, I'm a dumbass. Yo, I looked into paid ads, and I had $40, and I was just trying to do like organic marketing with paid ad products. So yo, you know, that's not gonna obviously work. And then
Yo, I don't think we even talked about that in the other
yeah,
videos. You did paid ads?
Yeah.
So wait, when did you do paid ads? Like when? How long ago?
Like that was in like mid-March. I tried doing paid ads, and then
This year?
Yeah, this
Like
year.
2025, I
Yeah,
mean?
2025.
Oh, shit.
Or like early March. And then
Yeah.
I did it for like 1 to 2 weeks and I was so lost. I genuinely didn't know what I was doing. I would look at those like YouTube tutorials where it's like, yo, those 24-hour courses, you know? And obviously those aren't gonna help. Those are just the basics and shit.
What made you get into organic dropshipping? Like, why organic dropshipping?
Yo, it was just seeing like Kane make it and shit. Like when I saw he made like what, it was like a $500 day. I think he posted on TikTok, it was like $500. And like to me, yo, that was crazy, bro. Like seeing someone my age basically make $500 in a day, yo, to me that was like $1 million, you know? Like that's how I viewed it. So when I saw him do that, I was just like, okay, yo, this guy's doing it. Bro, oh my god, the way I could like approach it, you know, with my expertise and shit, I could make that too, you know?
Yo, it's actually crazy though, because most people, they would get motivated by seeing like the 10K days, fucking $1 million months and shit. But like, bro, he caught me and saw my videos when I was documenting my process, because I started from zero and I documented it all. And he saw when I was making just a couple $100 a day with Ecom, and I was documenting that, you know? So like, what even made you, why were you like, oh, this kid's making a couple $100 a day, over like, you know what I mean? Like, why was that so crazy to you over the guys who are making like millions? Because I'm sure you saw that too, right?
Yeah. I think it's the value of money, you know what I mean? Like, valuing money is such an important thing to have, because, yo, some people see $500 in a day and they don't value it, right? Like, don't get me wrong, like, that's a lot of money if you really think about it. And like, I think that's why when I saw you hit that, I'm like, to me, it was like, oh my God, this guy's, you know, he's done it. He knows what he's doing. So I think it just comes down to like where I was in life at the time and how I viewed money.
At this time too, before you actually got into organic dropshipping, like, where did you see your life? Did you see yourself getting a regular job still? Did you see yourself making 10K within the year? Like, where did you see yourself within the like next year or two?
Honestly, I haven't even said this like online at all, or I don't even think I've told you, but at the time I always saw myself like, yo, doing like some sort of like business model, you know, where it's like I'm the boss, I own it, I run it. And then at the time, it was like I was applying to uni, or I already got accepted, and I was literally gonna go. I paid the tuition, and then one day I just went into my room, and yo, I literally just dropped out of every class. I declined the offer, got the refund for the tuition, and I told my parents, and yo, they were so upset, because like, yo, having brown parents, they like, you know, they push you to go to school and shit, and yo, my parents were just crying. And then like that month, I think I made like 20K alone. Like I had a 20K month that month, and it was just like, I knew I could still make it work, because when I made 20K, it's like there's so much more to achieve. It's like I gotta keep pushing, right? It's like, why would I stop at 20K? Why not go for 100K? Why not go for $1 million? You know?
What'd you take for like college or uni? What'd you apply for?
I applied to like business, like some of the good business unis in Canada.
That was the course you were gonna take, business?
Yeah,
same. Like, I was gonna go to college too, and bro, I was gonna take business. Bro, if you're going to college and you're trying to get rich, I feel like everyone who's trying to get rich, bro, business, marketing, sales, that's the type of shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, why would you do that? You could just do this. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing a business right now. You own a business, so it's like, bro, you know what I mean? You might as well do this.
Nah, and deadass, it just comes down to experience. Like, the experience me and him alone have learned through online money and like just marketing, content creation, it has such a big like role in actual jobs now in the real world, where if we apply the shit we know to any job, we could easily like 5x, 10x their income, you know?
Yo, we're gonna talk about that later, because we were having a good conversation earlier about just like where we see ourselves in the next couple years, and like different business models and scaling and shit. We'll talk about that later. But go ahead, tell them like, yo, how much you make in the last 30 days, like your highest month now, and yo, tell them basically how much you've been making the last couple months.
So last 30 days, I'm at like 70K, and then last like 2 months, I'm at like 85K. I'll probably end up hitting like a 90K total, or like 100K by the end of this month.
Yeah.
And then past few months, I think like November, I hit like a 15K month. Month before that, September, I hit like a 10K month. Month before that, it was like a 16K month. And overall, it's just been pretty consistent. Like earlier on, like before like September, it was on and off, you know, here and there, 10K, 20K months. But sometimes it's like, yo, I get a little comfortable. I don't test more products. I don't go on my burner and scroll. And that's where I like fall off, you know? But recently, it just comes down to like me putting in more work and just being more consistent and doubling down on what's working.
So yo, for the guys who don't know, because some of them might have not watched the other case studies, when you first started, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that process of like how your first couple months looked like, the money you made, and like the journey, like literally just tell them it all, like the struggles, everything, how it looked, your first products.
All right, so first couple months, bro, the best thing anyone can do, any beginner, is test every single product you can. Because your goal, like my goal going into this was obviously to make money, right? But I knew with money, you have to put in hard work, and what comes with hard work, learning the skill, learning the content behind everything. So my main goal was just test products, learn the content, ask as many questions I can. Like I was dead as bugging you all the time, on Discord, asking him the most stupid questions. But at the end of the day, the stupid questions are always the ones that that get answered, and you learn from those. So beginning is always the hardest in my opinion, because that's when it's like it tests you, like, is it really, like, are you willing to really go when you're not making money? And when you can get past that, it's like, you could deadass do anything. Because if you can get past the part where it's like, okay, I'm not making money, I don't see any results, I'm failing, I'm learning, then after that part, it's like, it's only success. And that's like the best thing you could do in my opinion. So yeah, just beginning was very like hard work, consistency. Later on, it's like I see results, and then I get complacent though. It just comes down to me being more consistent and just putting in more work, and then money will just always come with that.
Yeah. But what were the numbers looking like? Like, talk about your first couple products. You can even leak it if you guys don't remember.
Yeah. So first month, I ended up hitting like a 5K month. My second month, it was like 3K, and then the month after that was 2K, all off one product. It was that mini speaker, you stick on a surface and like play some music. That was my product. So first product was 10K, and then second, third product, it was like only like 5K total within the span of 2 months, which is still good, right? But it's like, with the money I made with my first product, it's like I could have made more with my second and third. And I think with you too, it happened. It's like you made 45K off your first,
exactly,
and then you got hella comfortable, and what you like.
We had a very similar story. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can never let that first money get you comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a blessing but a curse at the same time, because like we both, with our first product we ever touched, we made money. So it gave us that belief, like, oh damn, we made it, we got that money, right? But then we got so comfortable and happy about that money that like we didn't test other products, we didn't have that same hunger. It immediately was like, yo, we made it basically, So we fell off for a bit but came back, But also, like, he had the determination right away. He had the work ethic, all that. Cause I mean, bro, like, back then my Discord was pretty small, but I would give out products.
Yeah.
And like, bro, I put a product in the Discord server and I said, run this. Boom. He fucking ran that shit, made money with it. You know what I mean? Like, it was that fucking simple. Because he actually did the work. He ended up being the biggest fucking account with that product. But you guys can watch the other case studies. We go more in depth about that shit. In this case study, we kind of want to talk a little more in depth about like how he went from those numbers, the small numbers, to fucking 50, 60, 70K month right now. Also consistent. He's a lot more consistent than back then. But before we even talk about that, what were some of the biggest struggles you had in your journey in general?
Biggest struggles for me, at least, was just staying consistent. And when I make money, it's like, will I continue running that product? Will I continue testing more products instead of just being like, okay, I know everything? Because even though like people will say, okay, yo, you know what you're doing, teach me, you mastered it, I know deep down I'm still a beginner at heart. Like, I don't know shit. Like, yo, I don't care what anyone says to me. They say, oh, you've mastered this shit, like that. I know deep down there's so much more to learn. And you too, like deep down you're like, yo, there's still so much more to learn, right? Like, everyone in this world, they always have more to learn, So
always gotta be a student of the game.
Yeah. So yeah, I always knew that I just have to, just keep learning. And like with learning, it just comes with just reps. So every time he would like host like some call or some shit, I would join. He's like, yo, everyone, you should be still doing this. Don't get comfortable. Keep doing this. Keep testing products. Keep looking on your burner. Keep looking for different video concepts. And that's one thing I would do. I would always just keep learning. Continuously be a student. Like, yo, you have to be a student, because if you're not learning every day, you're not increasing the frequencies, your lifestyle, and when you're not doing that, you're not gonna like increase the money you make. Like, wouldn't you agree? It's like when you increase what you're doing, you make more money, or you get better at something, right?
Every time, yeah.
So that's one thing I would always just do. Like, when I'm struggling or I'm not making money, it's like I just have to either learn more, try more, fail more, or just increase what I'm doing.
What gave you that motivation back though? Because you were at a 10 to 10 frequency, dropped down like 5 out of 10 frequency, right? Yeah. How did you get back to that 10? What made you get back to that 10 and stay at it?
I think it was just my mentality. It's like, going back to what I said at the beginning, it's like, who am I as a person to just quit now? Like, I made 10K and I think I'm the shit. Like, no, I'm nothing, Like, 10K is really nothing in this world. And it's like, something just hit me like one day, and it's like, yo, wake up, get back to work, stop being a bitch, and lock in. And also just like, yo, whenever he would just text me, he's like, yo, you're gonna hit these months, lock in, keep putting in the work. It's like that spark, It's like when someone else tells you that you're gonna do something, it's like, you can, It's like that little push you get. That's all I really needed.
All right, so in total, approximately in 2025, how much did you make?
I've made around like close to 200K rev, like probably like 180, maybe 190K.
And most of that was in Q4, right?
Yeah.
Like, how much would you say was made in Q4?
Like, I would say like like close to 100K, if not 100K.
And so speaking about this 70K month, go into more depth about this. Why did you hit a 70K month compared to the last couple months being like 30Ks, 20Ks, shit like that? And you know what I mean? Like, why the fuck was it so much?
Yeah.
How'd you find the product and go through kind of that process?
All right, so first thing is just finding the product, you know, like my product, I just looked on the burner and yo, like this guy always says, bro, like proof of concept. If someone's running something, I test order them, they're making money, it's like, why am I not running it, you know? So instantly I ordered this product, I ordered it home, and then boom, instantly started filming when I got it. And I always make the website before, because this is another thing Kane told me, is like, stop gambling with your product, stop being 50-50, run shit that you know you'll make money with. And once I started doing that, it's like, I actually started looking into products more. I would, you know, go into the comments for demand, I would actually test order them, and I would just put more effort into, you know, finding good products. And then when I did that, this product I ended up ordering, it was like, I had so much conviction that I was gonna make money, and look, I ended up making money. So yeah, you know, I just started testing concepts, and again, like, bro, proof of concept is the biggest thing in organic. Like, if you see someone doing shit and it's working, you should do it too. So that's what I would do. I would just run concepts that are already working, and then, you know, I would just go hella viral consistently and just spam the concepts I'm doing, and boom, 70K a month.
Yeah, and to touch a little more on what he said about proof of concept, like, bro, proof of concept is something you go by for life.
Yeah.
Like everything in life. It's not even just like one thing. It's like proof of concept. Like, first off, what proof of concept means is something is proven to work. Something's already working. If something's already working, why won't you take advantage of that? Hop on that instead of trying to figure out your own way. Stop trying to be fucking different. Stop trying to be creative. Stop trying to be special, bro. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Focus on what's already working. That's the easiest way to fucking make money, bro. All that other shit of changing, yeah, you can do that later. You know, maybe you're more advanced, or maybe you do that with the product, the way you market it, but start with that. But even going into the marketing, bro, copy the competitor, proof of concept, copy proven texts, copy proven concepts from other products. Like, proof of concept, bro. Everything. That goes with every business model, everything in life, like the work ethic, the things you do, the way you work, all that type of shit, bro. Proof of concept. When you see something works, or you see someone is doing good, replicate that shit, bro. Replicate that. Everything he's doing right now, you can replicate all of this shit, bro. You gotta see this is proof of concept. Copy that shit, bro.
Yo, and another thing that's so, like, I actually preach on this so much, is that just organic marketing in general, like, fuck organic dropshipping, but organic marketing in general is one of the most important, like, biggest skills you could have. Because, yo, think about it, yo, all these dropshippers, like, they don't think beyond this, but like, organic marketing can play into so much things. You know, you have a business, organic marketing, you market that shit, boom, customers come, sales come, you know, boom, you have a real estate property, you're trying to get people to, you know, rent it out, market that shit organically, boom, people come in, you know, it goes into so much things in life. And if you can master organic marketing, bro, you're gonna make money in whatever you do.
Exactly, bro. Organic marketing is way bigger, bro. That's why I'm done saying organic dropshipping.
Facts.
I'm saying organic marketing. And I've been saying that, if you've seen the last couple videos and even case studies, because it's like, this is marketing, bro. We are marketers, not drop shippers. A lot of you guys are in this fucking barrier of like, we do drop shipping, drop shipper, drop shipper, drop shipper. And you only think one way. You think there's only one way to do drop shipping. There's only one way to post videos and market. This is marketing. You need to be open-minded. This plays into like human psychology and just like marketing and sales in general, bro. Like the way people work and think. So, bro, organic marketing, stop thinking like a drop shipper, be open-minded. It's way bigger, and just organic marketing as a whole can take you so fucking far. And like, bro, organic marketing is everywhere, bro. Everything you're consuming, someone is producing that. Take that in. Like, every single thing you consume, we are all consumers, and we are all consuming things that people produce. And that goes into the same thing with drop shipping. The products we produce and the content we produce, someone else is consuming. It's all marketing. We gotta think a lot deeper into it. And also, I feel like a lot of people have this question. Kind of talk about, what's a day in the life look like for you? Because everyone wants to know, like, what do people do when they're grinding, you know? Yeah. So what does your day in the life look like?
Alright, so my day in the life, yo, I think this is with almost every person who's doing like any business model. It's almost the same, you know. It's very boring, you know, bland. You're not really doing anything other than working. Like, the days where I'm actually like enjoying shit is when I'm just out with people. Like, for example, like today, you know, we got our work done, then we went out to eat, we chilled and shit. That's not like a very realistic day in the life for either of us, you know. Normally a day in the life is just, yo, we're at home, we wake up, you know, get the job done, you know, go to the gym and shit, eat all that shit, and then just work. Literally just work. That's it. There's no other fun, there's no other shit, you know, just locked in days and just working.
So back to the 70K month product, go in a little more depth. How are you testing it? to go viral? How are you consistently viral? Do you have primed accounts? Like, how's that side of things with your product?
Alright, so with me, I'm mainly making money off Instagram right now, a little bit off TikTok, but that's like nothing too crazy. And then Facebook too. Facebook, I have a primed account, but I'm barely making money because of my audience. And one thing about Facebook is, I hate how people are saying, there's some secret method to Facebook, because there dead ass is not. Like, I have 2 prime Facebook's accounts, and the things I've done is just the same thing I do on Instagram. It's just I post and then it shares the post to Facebook, and it's the same thing, There's nothing special. But I will say that in my opinion, a page is better than an account, just because you could restrict countries, right? And you could also like comment more shit without getting restricted. So I think a page is better. But other than that, there's nothing special with Facebook. But yeah, like I have a prime Facebook and prime Instagram, and with Instagram, once something works, you just spam that shit over and over again, and it's just consistent money. So I just have like a printer right there, and when that dies out, because eventually it will die out, and I won't make money off that concept no more. I'll move on to the next thing, and then just spam that.
All right, so a lot of people ask about like, how do you get a primed account? How do you get a primed Facebook? How do you get a primed Instagram? The secret method to warming up an account. Literally talk about step-by-step for Instagram, step-by-step for Facebook, how you set up an account, and how you go about posting. You post right away, you know what I mean? Like just basic shit like that.
All right, so just simple shit. I make the accounts, I make the emails, I make the accounts, and then I legit just wait like maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour just for peace of mind. Like you don't have to do that, but I just do it just to be a little safe. And then I just post. And there's no secret sauce, there's no formula or nothing. You post good content, you'll get views convert to sales, you make money, right? Priming my shit, it just comes down to good content, like I said. And with good content, you just spam that shit consistently, and it's just like a money printer. Like right now, I'm hitting consistent like 1K days right now, and it just comes down to just Instagram. Like my main money right now is coming from Instagram, a little bit off Facebook, but not too much. Like I have a prime Facebook, but the audience it's hitting is India and like Indonesia, so that shit's not converting anything. But like with Facebook too, people say there's like some secret sauce, some secret method, but their deadass is no method, no secret sauce to that. Just post and boom, you're gonna make money.
You're literally targeting India
Yeah.
and hella low converting countries, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram, but you're still printing with it,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people, they're targeting the wrong countries. They're like, what do I do? Do I make a new account? Blah, blah, this, that. Bro, you can't do anything about it. You make a new account. If your VPN doesn't work, it doesn't work. But what's the percentage
I have like
for US?
US is like 10%.
And what about Canada?
It's like 0.
Okay,
The rest
so-
is just low converting countries.
And you're still making money,
Still
right?
making money.
So, bro, just stop whining, stop
Yeah.
complaining, just keep posting, bro.
Nah, and the thing is, when people say that, it's like the reason why you're hitting these countries isn't because of your account, That's BS, It's like it's either your content, your text hook, or your sounds, or even the audience. Like there's audiences. Like think about it. Cricket, one of the biggest sports played in India. Obviously, if you run like a cricket product or some shit, that's gonna hit India. You run some shit that's like a basketball. That's gonna hit USA.
But
Canada,
what about the
shit.
times where people do hit other countries? Like for you, like your product, like why do you think then it's hitting India?
I would say just audience and sound too. Like right now, I don't want to say too much, but there's sounds that will hit worldwide countries, and that's because it's like used by, or like all those countries listen to these audios, right? So obviously when you use those audios, it's gonna hit almost any country. So that's one of the main reasons why.
Why don't you change it though? Like if you think you can change it though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can change it, and that just comes down to me, split testing shit, which I am doing right now, and it's been working out better. Like I have like a 1% conversion rate, so it's doing good.
But like to the people who want to get like their country targeting like back to 70% US and shit like that, what would you say to do?
I would say just rebrand your whole content, because with me, for the past like 30 days, 45 days, my audience has been the same, like low converting countries, and it's because I've been doing the same content, right? So I'm not changing anything, but if you want to change some shit, you gotta either rebrand your content, try new shit, use niched audios, like, I don't know, like if you're gonna use Taylor Swift audios, that's gonna hit, USA girls, Canadian girls and shit like that, or just like change the audience, like hit a more like well-known audience in the USA or Canada.
I do agree with what he said, everything he said, but I will say accounts from personal experience and a couple other experience with other people, it can have a place sometimes. It definitely is your content sometimes, but there are rare cases where it can definitely be your account, because there was a time where I literally, my phone, for somebody who's always targeting like Pakistan, India, random low converting countries. Every single product, every account, I tried a VPN, I reset my phone, it never fucking worked. I got a new phone, perfect targeting, back to US, back to Canada, and I was on all platforms like TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. And then I actually had another student, Niket, I did a case study with him, shout out Niket, but he also had a similar issue. He was targeting all these random countries, new phone, boom, out of nowhere, back to normal. But yeah, definitely take both sides, because most of the time it isn't your account. It's actually what he said, your content. But very, very rare scenarios, it can be your account. So just, play around, do what he said. And if that doesn't work, you can just get a new phone, because it could be your IP or some shit. It could be account, make a new account first. If that's still fucked, you make hella accounts, shit, you might need a new phone, bro.
I do think like there's times where Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, they could like see your account as like, bottish or some shit, where it's like, yo, this guy's doing some weird shit where they just like, I wouldn't say shadow ban, but they like restrict your account. And this is just like some shit in the back of my mind where I'm thinking like that, but I could be wrong, but I do think that's like some shit that they have in their system.
All right, so bro, you're fucking Mr. Money Man now, made the 70K month. You've been making consistent money. Before we actually go into like, yo, what you doing and shit now with all the money and how that feels, talk about first, like, how are you able to do it consistent? What changed? What was making you go from those couple $1,000 months to now, not just like the big month, but the fact that it's all consistent. Like you are not missing every single month for like, since September, it's been a 5-figure month. And even now this month, you're still printing, right? So like, yo, how was that? What was the switch that was like, yo, you got it now?
Alright, so the main thing is just mastering the skill, because for me at least, the shit I've mastered, whether it's like, obviously there's still obviously shit I could like, master, but in terms of what I think I'm like really good at now is, finding products that will do good. Not only, fuck the converting shit, because low converting, high converting, if you get views, you're gonna make money, right? So just, finding products that will get me views, I'll say. Going viral with these products, and like understanding audiences, because I think that's one big thing you really preached on and shit, is like audiences and shit. And once you could like master hitting an audience and milking like the audience and their money and shit, that's when you could really just run any product, be like, boom, this product makes money, I'm gonna bring this audience to it, or I'm gonna run this audience on it, and I'm gonna just make content for it and go viral. And also just content in general, like my content's getting better, I know what works with the algorithm, I know what goes viral and shit like that.
And what would you say got you to the point to master the skill? Like what made you master the skill? How'd you learn that?
Failing, bro. The best thing you could do is fail. Like, I was that guy who was, deadass, I was so scared to fail. It's like, I would run this product, I make money, and I'm like, I don't want to run anything again, I don't want to like fail. I don't want to feel that failure. But once you just fail and you learn from those failures, if you fail and you don't learn shit, it doesn't matter. You gotta actually learn from those failures. That's when, those failures become like a skill, Like, I think we were talking about this earlier too. It's like, stress. Like, when you're stressed out in times,
Shit don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, because, once you get over that stress, you went into a higher level of you, if that makes sense, Like, you went through that stress, boom, you did everything through it, and now you're here. And then boom, you go through the stress again, and now you're here. You just keep leveling up.
This is definitely controversial, but bro, your feelings do not matter, bro. Like, as a man especially, bro, if your goal is to make money, there's certain things you gotta do to make money. If you're all about your passion, if you're trying to be passionate and it's about like, I need to be happy and make money, then bro, go do what you wanna do that makes you happy. You might not make as much money, you might not see the same success, but if your happiness is the priority, bro, you might see less, you might make less. But if you want to make a lot of money, I wanna make a lot of money, you wanna make a lot of money, right? I don't give a fuck how I feel. I'll wake up happy, I could wake up sad, I could wake up lazy. That shit does not matter, bro. That does not matter. It doesn't matter how stressed I am, bro. I've been stressed before. You get in those moods where, like, you don't feel good, like, genuinely. But that shit does not matter, because there's money to be fucking made, bro. Like, none of that shit matters. You gotta put your feelings aside. You gotta put all your emotions aside and just fucking work regardless. Yeah. Would you agree?
Yeah, bro. Like, we talked about this earlier too. It's like, at the start, it's like, we did organic dropshipping, right? It's like, we made money. We're like, we could keep doing this. But like, it's like, do we want to do this? Do we want to, like, film for products and shit. It's like, no, we want to own businesses. We want our money to work for us and shit like that, right? It's like, we don't do this because we enjoy it. We don't do it because we have fun. We do it because, you know, we need to get to the bag. We need to upgrade our lifestyle. And in order to do that, we have to do shit we don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Everything in life, bro. Everything in life. That's what drop shipping, that's what other business models, that's what the gym, that's what everything. Like, bro, some people, your passion might be the gym, right? Me, I don't give a fuck about the gym, but I know I want to get big, I want to look good, so I know that's the type of shit I gotta do. So with drop shipping, I don't want to fucking film. You think like someone asked me actually not too long ago, you don't like drop shipping? Bro, the fuck? You think I like doing this? You think I'm happy about doing it? I don't care. That's not a thing. It's not that I hate it. I don't hate it, but it's like, it's not a feeling. Emotion is not there anymore. It's just, I do the work because it translates to money. It's that simple, bro. It's that simple. Cut out the emotions, focus on the money, focus on your path. Whatever it is you need to do to make the money, do that shit. You know, like, that's simple. Moving on to the money part, bro, how's it feel now? Like, how has this changed not only your perspective on money, but also how has this made you feel starting from zero to now having money?
Honestly, bro, if I'm being so real, I feel the same. Like, I feel like I still need more, you know? Like, there's still so much more to get. And I think it just comes down to, like, you know, once you hit these goals, it's like, what's next? You know, you got to move to the next best big thing. Because, like, yo, when I first started this shit, I remember I posted this on my story and I showed you too. It's like, my goal was to hit a 5K month consistently. And, like, bro, I did that, like, way more than that, right? And I think once you hit, like, a goal bigger than the goal you have, it's like you have to just upgrade. You have to do the next best thing or the next big thing. Bro, I don't know if y'all heard that, but we just got a sale. But yeah, like, I think it just comes down to just upgrading my lifestyle and shit. The money, it didn't change anything. I made this money, I feel the same. I need more, you know, I feel broke. I need to retire my parents. Boom, that's
but
it.
But in a way that, like, you know, inside though, you do feel that, like, yo, like, this shit works. So
okay, yeah,
like, talk about that moment, because like, I can't lie, yo, we all are on that, yo, we need more, but we don't talk about enough. They don't know enough, like, you know, on the inside, like, how you really felt, like, the first couple times you made the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I can't lie though. First time I made the money, you know, it felt so good. It's like, yo, the shit you're working for, it's paying off. And not only that, it's like, the money, I need more, you know, I don't feel it that much, but it's the shit you could buy. Like, yo, we went to the mall today, and just being able to spend money on shit that I couldn't buy before, it's like, yo, money is deadass, like, it's important, you know, like, you need more. Like, I don't care what anyone says, they're like, money doesn't buy happiness, you know, it doesn't matter. Bro, that's all cap, bro. Without money, you can't buy food, you can't do shit, you can't enjoy life. But yeah, it's just like, the money I made, it's just like, yo, I could buy my parents food now, I could take them places they've never been. And even though, you know, my parents are very, like, stingy, you know, they don't like spending shit, it's just like, I have the opportunity now, you know? I don't have to be like, damn, bro, I'm a fucking, you know, I'm a broke kid.
Yeah, opens opportunities, gives you freedom, you know what I mean? Gives you something like, it gives you some type of comfort. Obviously, you want to be comfortable, but it gives you some better comfortability, you know? And to touch what he said, like, money does buy happiness, I wanted to say, like, bro, this is quoting Floyd Mayweather. Shout out Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Money Mayweather, you know, if you know, you know. But, bro, he talks about money the most, right? And one of the realest things he said is money's everything. And it's not that, like, he idolizes money, but he does idolize money, but it's because why not? You know what I mean? Everything is bought with money. The food is bought with money. Where we're at right now is bought with money. The clothes on my fucking back is from money. Driving, the car, everything is spent and used by money. The whole world is ran by money. So why are you not chasing it? You know what I mean? Why is not everything about money if everything in life costs money? You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Some people say, oh, money is not everything. Bro, how are you living? How are you fucking eating? How are you surviving? It's all with fucking money, bro. Whether you like it or not, money controls us. And it's whether you choose to sit on your ass and complain about it, or you actually do something to get on top and fucking have money. But now talking into some of, like, the fears and doubts and shit, a lot of people would have fears and doubts of investing money, not into, like, a mentorship, not just into a mentorship, but into products, into starting. What was it with you that was like, I don't go fuck, I'm gonna invest money?
Organic in general, you don't need money to start, right? And also it's just that mindset where it's like, bro, if I'm not willing to take risk in life, it's like, where am I gonna be, you know? Like, if I'm always here and I'm not ready to jump here, it's like, I'm just gonna be here, you know? Like, I need to get here, and in order to do that, I gotta jump, you know? I gotta take that risk. So it's just like a mentality thing. Like, that ass, yo, you always say it's like, what, 90% mindset?
Yeah.
That is so true, because, yo, without that good mindset, without that, like, ambitious mindset, you're never gonna make it, you know?
100%. Yo, anyone can do the work for a day, for a week, Bro, it's January. You could be motivated today. You could be motivated tomorrow. You could be motivated next week. What about next month?
Facts.
What about next year? Will you still have that drive? That 10 out of 10 frequency you're working at right now and you think, oh, I'm so locked in. Bro, do you have that in 3 months? Will you still be at that? I've seen so many people lose that shit. And you know, sometimes you might lose it, but will you be able to come back harder, work harder, all that type of shit? I did it. He did it. That's why he's here, bro. He's living proof of all this shit. You know what I mean? We documented the journey. He's been in multiple case studies. You could scroll back, bro. I think he's one of the first 3 case studies I ever did, bro. Like, you did it all, bro. And then like making money rate, bro. A lot of people, they would not invest in a mentorship at all. They would never commit because the risk of like money and all that type of shit. Also, bro, courses, mentorships are looked at as like a scam and a bad look. What made you not only trust me, but be able to invest your money and actually spend that money? You know what I mean?
I would say, just like, first thing is, I don't think mentorships are a scam at all because, the shit you're learning from these people, if they have proof of concept, like obviously you do, right? Like they know what they're doing, like whether someone says they don't know or they're not doing the business model, whatever, they know what they're doing. If they made money with the business model, they know what they're doing. So why are you not ready to learn from them directly, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it was like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. I'm about to just invest my money, and if he knows what he's doing and he teaches me one-on-one, then there's no reason why like the shit he knows I shouldn't be able to like apply to my products and whatever I'm doing.
But what made you trust me though over other people? Because there are some bad people out there that will take advantage of you.
I think it's just with you, it's just like your personality and keeping it real, like and also just showing like people the results and shit and like giving people results for free and shit. That's just like the best thing you could do. Facts. I genuinely think the one thing any mentor or any person, business person, could have is just personality and like the person they are, like without, money aside, like genuinely Kane deep down, this guy actually cares for people, like real people who are real with him, he's real with them, So like just seeing that shit, it's like, this guy's a real guy, like he's not some scammer who just is here to take my money and then boom, dip. He's genuinely here to help me see results, help me improve in life and just boom, just go up.
Cause like we said, we talked about it before, bro. He was one of the first people in the Discord. Most people don't know. He was one of the first people in the Discord. Same with Nathan, and I was helping him for free, bro. I was helping like the whole entire Discord for free, dropping free products, bro. I was reviewing product sheets at that time, bro. I'm not some new guy who came into space and I'm gonna start a mentorship. You know what I mean? Obviously, it gets to hella people where it's like, bro, it's a whole different story. I can't fucking answer thousands of people and shit like that. We got 7,000 people in the Discord almost now. But did you have any doubts about the mentorship in general, just the one-on-one shit? Like, did you have any doubts or like nervous about investing money?
To be honest, like maybe like a little where it's like, will this guy really like, be with his word and like actually help me out? But to be honest, bro, I wasn't even worried about that because it's like, again, like going back to what I said before, it's like, I'm willing to take that risk now because I know like, let's say I take this risk and it doesn't work out. I know what I need to do next time, But obviously it ended up working out, so there was no like doubt there. Like once it worked out, it's like, all right, guaranteed, this shit will work.
And then while being in CMG, the VIP, the one-on-one, what would you say are some of the most valuable things ever that you learned?
So there's like 2 aspects that I really learned. Like I like to really like dissect this shit because this is like, the shit I'm learning in the VIP is the shit I really gotta implement. So one thing is just drop shipping side, right? So like organic marketing, content, all that shit, right? And it's just like myths that have been like, debunked by you and all that shit. And that shit was really important because, that helped me with my skill and shit. And without that, like, where would I be with my content, right? And then the second thing, this is what I value more, to be honest, is the mindset. Like genuinely in those calls, it's like the shit he says, the mindset shit he says, it will help you so much more than like the content shit. Like obviously it depends on the person. To be fair, it's 50-50, but the mindset shit is what really makes you, That's what's gonna really get you to those 100K months, But yeah.
Go deeper into that though, because some of them, they might not even understand, because with the mindset, there's 2 different types. Like we talk about just like motivation shit, but we also talk about literally the psychology and mindset you have to have with business and marketing, you know?
So for marketing mainly, like when it comes down to marketing, the shit you say is just mainly thinking, outside of drop shipping, right? Thinking as a marketer and applying that shit to my products, like without that, I don't think I would have hit this 70K month because when you think like a dropshipper, you're doing basic shit, right? You're copying basic shit that works, but it's not gonna get you to that next level, right? So what I did to like separate myself from everyone else is look at like other videos, look at actual like brands that run their products, take their concepts, like those are real marketers, right? They have their own products, they have custom influencers, custom UGC, and I would apply that to my products. Like I have actual influencers who are filming for my products now. I have custom UGC, and that's that shit where it separates you from being a dropshipper and a marketer, because yeah, you're still doing dropshipping, but you're going into that more branded side and actual marketing.
And the thing is too, to touch on what he said, it's almost like, bro, when you think like a marketer versus a dropshipper, it's like the dropshippers are all, like we're all competing on the same test, right? But it's like the dropshippers are doing the test regular, they're just writing the regular test, right? But when you think like a marketer, you go broad, you actually use the fucking marketing knowledge and all that shit, you actually think with your brain, bro, you have a cheat sheet, bro. Like it's like we're all doing the same test, but when you think like a marketer, you have a whole cheat sheet. You have way more knowledge. You have way more shit. When you have the test, you only got this. That's why you got a cheat sheet. You got all this, bro. Like you got way more. It's not just like a yes or no. It's not just a fucking do I test this or do I test this? Do I have to use this text? Do I have to use this text? It's like nah. You can see all this proof of concept from all different types of brands. Like bro, when we talk about marketing, we're not just looking at dropshipping, bro. We're looking at real brands, we're looking at real content, proof of concept, not just your competitors, all types of proof of concept, bro. Marketing is marketing. That's what I'm trying to get through to you, bro. Marketing is marketing. Go watch my other videos on my main channel about marketing. That's a whole nother talk. You just need to understand, bro, there's no more drop shipping. Get that out of your head. Organic marketing. Marketing, bro.
Yeah.
Marketing as a whole. Stop thinking like a drop shipper, bro. I also think like, bro, thinking like a marketer, moving like a marketer has literally got me to scale where I'm at now and separated me from the competition. And like, wouldn't you say for you too, like, bro, that's also how you separate yourself from literally your competition with your products.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Now, what's your advice? Someone who's looking to start into dropshipping, someone who's getting into it, you've already been through this situation of the fear, the doubts, everything, the process. What's your best advice for them starting from zero?
All right, so my best advice is, like, this is my blueprint. I would say first thing is mindset. Get your fucking mind right, because if you can't get your mind right, you're not going to be able to do anything in life. Once you can do that, you know, focus on the business model and increase the workflow, as in the like frequencies you're working at. So like, let's say you're doing some shit, you know, do something better later on. Don't stick to the same shit over and over again. Just keep going up in life. Like with me, I was in that consistent like low 5-figure months because I was doing the same shit, right? But once I started, you know, going more beyond and like actually going more in depth with marketing and shit, that's when I would make more. And it's like, that comes down to just increasing workflow and shit, like I said before. And yeah, I would just say mindset and then focus on the actual business model. And when you're focusing on the business model, increase everything you're doing. Don't stay in like a stagnant spot. You gotta keep increasing, because if you stay here, you're never gonna reach here, you know?
And what's your advice to someone who's scared to invest? Scared to invest in themselves, whether it's a mentorship, whether it's the business model, scared to invest and get started?
Bro, if you're scared to invest, like I'm gonna say it straight up, like you're not gonna make it anywhere. Cause in life, whether it's dropshipping, mentorship, anything beyond that, you gotta be like spend money to make money. Like that's real shit. Like if you can't spend like couple grand on some small shit, how are you gonna invest your money in a big business, you know?
Facts.
Where you gotta, or even real estate, where you gotta spend hundreds of thousands of dollars into that.
There's no safe space, bro. If you wanna get rich, if you wanna be an entrepreneur, you wanna see money, you wanna change your life, there's no safe money, there's nothing guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Actually, it's all guaranteed if you put your work in and stay to it forever. You have to be the one to do that. Like a lot of you guys don't understand, it's actually in your hands. It's not like a, can I make this happen? Will it happen? It's all in your hands. You're the one who decides it. Bro, I made it happen. He made it happen. You know what I mean? It's like, can you make it happen though? It's all up to you, bro. There's a big difference. And also, a lot of people probably want to know, where do you see yourself now within the next, like, for 2026? Because, you know, you've reached all your goals. What's next?
My future goals, just consistently right now, just make more money, right? Like I want to have enough capital where I can invest in other shit, because I'm gonna be so straight up, I don't want to do dropshipping forever, right? You don't want to do it either, right? I mean, anyone who's in this business model, majority of people don't want to do it forever, right? So I'm trying to expand into some like bigger shit, like whether that's owning my own business, opening up my own stores. Like I want to have like a Walmart here, a retail store here, you know? Like I want to just own businesses and just, you know, operating at some shit where it's just all automated. Like I don't want to work anymore. I want my money to work for me, but obviously, you know, it's gonna take time. I gotta make more capital, and yeah, just like next few years, it's gonna be just working, grinding, still hustling, and then once I'm at that spot where I could finally jump from here to here, where it's me investing my money into some shit, that's when, you know, I'll move on to the next thing.
Facts. Yo, similar situation. I'm looking to do real shit, bro. A lot of people are ecom,
Yeah.
organic ads, ecom for life, right? I'll always want to be in the ecom space, but I know real money, real fucking wealth, all this billionaire, millionaire shit, bro, that shit is on the ground. Real businesses, buying businesses, it's in the business of deals, real estate, shit like that. And the way I look at organic is the easiest business model in the fucking world with the least amount of capital to be able to make your first couple $100,000, to be able to make your first money, to literally use it as a vehicle to fund your other businesses. Like, bro, you really gotta think about it. Like, you take this money that you're making, because, bro, in this business model, you can make like 30K a fucking month so easy, 50K a month so easy. There's guys who are hitting that in their first months. You use that money to then fund your huge business models. Like, if you wanted to get into real estate or buy a business, you can literally make this money organic in a couple months, bro. You can make 100K in like 2-3 months, bro, easy. And then after that, you take that money, invest it into that bigger business and go all in. Or you run up a couple 6 figures in this business model and then go all in with something else. Like, bro, you guys don't even understand. This is a vehicle. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's the way he's been doing it. You know, like, this is the easiest business model to make money and use it as a vehicle to fucking fund everything, bro. That's pretty much a wrap for the video. Last words of advice, words of wisdom.
I just gotta say, yo, there be ups, there be downs, but when you're down, the only way is up.
If you guys are interested in working with me one-on-one, message me on Instagram. The link will be in the description. If you guys are starting from zero, if you guys don't know shit, watch the course. The course is a free course, full A through Z, 0 to 100, everything you need. That will be in the description down below as well. Discord community in the description. Until then, bro, let's get to the fucking money.